Hi everyone, out of the psych here. This is part 4, the final part of the Hoarder in You. So let's jump right into it. Okay. Now, the author states that hoarders often are shopping for something they cannot buy. For example, I may have an inner need that I try to fill by buying things, but it typically only works as a distraction. It doesn't fill the inner need. So there are a lot of things that can be done instead of compulsive buying. So what do you do in its place? Maybe you exercise, yoga, reading, meditation, etc. I know that sometimes it only takes a few minutes to get past that impulse of compulsive buying. So, a simple little relaxation technique for a few minutes can be all that's needed. Now, watch out for tricks used to sell items, free shipping, Black Friday, large shopping carts, or touching an item, that can increase the likelihood of buying an item. You go to the store and you feel the nice cashmere sweater, Okay, so things like that can make it a little bit more difficult. So you might want to kind of lay off on doing that. The author suggests that when you are going to start getting rid of stuff, be aware that you may experience anxiety and unpleasant feelings, and be mindful of your thoughts. Be non-judgmental about those thoughts. Being non-judgmental about those thoughts can help ease the process. Okay, so a short version of getting rid of stuff goes like this. Get black garbage bags. I love that. Get black garbage bags, not clear. You want to see the items. Out of sight, out of mind type of thing. 3 boxes: keep box, recycle box, donate box. Okay. Start with the easiest room. Determine how long you will work. Make a commitment schedule, or you can make a goal of, getting a certain part of the room done regardless of the time element, however you want to set it up. You might have a goal for the room. For example, start with the pile of clothes that are there, or that section of the room first. Okay. Pluck and purge. See if there are easy choices, that you can get rid of stuff quickly. And I think it's important to take care of those boxes quickly. In my mind, that's part of the scheduling process, and seal the boxes when they're full. They're full, seal them, put tape over them. Okay, done. Now, finally, how to live without the items. I've liked the idea of taking pictures, although the author is not in favor of this if you're a hoarder as opposed to a non-hoarder. She sees keeping pictures as interfering with the exposure therapy, and I just see it as a possible tool to make the process successful, different ways of thinking about it. Now, for example, in exposure therapy, the idea is to experience the anxiety and let it wane without using safety mechanisms. And I personally, I've always had an issue with that. For example, I don't like going to the dentist. It's a little anxiety producing to have somebody sticking their fingers, in my mouth and doing whatever it is they're doing. Well, I use a safety mechanism. I breathe, I count in my mind as a method of regulating my anxiety level. And if I get in a good place, I just sit there without focusing on breathing and counting. It works for me. And I see taking pictures of things as sort of the same thing. Okay. And last time I checked, there's some information, I think, by Frost and Skiddy, and they were saying, taking pictures works for about 30% of the people. And that's it. The book has a lot more detail, so you'll need to read it if you really want to get some more information. But if you're dealing with hoarding, this book may be a good way to assist you. And that is it. Thanks.